As you sit here, allowing your body to feel comfortable, you may notice how easy it is to let go of the outside world, just for now. There was once a unique book on a shelf. It seemed ordinary at first glance, but every time someone opened it, they found themselves enchanted by the unexpected treasures within its pages. They came to realize this book wasn't just interesting, it was extraordinary, just like you. Have you ever noticed how some thoughts about not being good enough, they just disappear when you focus on something you love? That's because deep down, you've always been interesting. Your unique ideas and experiences, they're waiting to be shared, and others are eager to hear them. And as you begin to reflect, you'll realize you're already someone who has fascinating thoughts and stories to share. Every word you speak carries value, and you deserve to be heard fully and completely. So imagine yourself a week from now, confidently sharing an idea, and seeing how others respond with interest and admiration. Feel that sense of worth because it's yours. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, let your shoulders drop. Feel the chair supporting you, knowing that right now there's nothing you need to do but listen. And as you listen, you might notice how your mind begins to focus inward, on a place where new possibilities grow. There's a part of you that already knows how interesting and valuable you are. It's the part of you that remembers the times when your ideas sparked curiosity, when your words made someone smile, when you felt the power of being truly heard. And picture yourself standing in a room, speaking confidently, noticing the way people lean in, captivated by what you're saying. Hear their affirmations, see their nods, feel the warmth of connection. You are interesting, and that's why people want to listen to you. You have something valuable to say because your experiences are unique. You deserve to be heard because your voice matters. And as you touch your heart, let the truth settle in. I'm worthy, I'm interesting, I deserve to express my thoughts and feelings. And when you open your eyes, you'll carry this belief with you, growing stronger every day, every time you speak, and every time you feel the impact of your words. So now, as you notice your breathing, how it flows naturally in and out, you might find yourself becoming curious about how your body knows effortlessly how to relax, how your thoughts can drift gently and easily, like leaves floating on a stream. One by one they drift away, making space for something new, something empowering to emerge. Have you ever had the thought, what if others find me as fascinating as I find the things I love the most? It's funny, isn't it? How unique each person is. And the more you think about it, the more you realize you're interesting. Not because you try to be, but because you are. Because your hobbies, your ideas, your experiences, they form a story unlike any other. And as people hear you speak, they naturally become intrigued, leaning in closer, wanting to know more. You're already becoming someone who easily notices how interesting they are. When you recall the things you've learned, the places you've been, and the ideas you've had, you begin to recognize that being interesting, it isn't a question, it's a fact. Think for a moment about a time when someone's words truly mattered to you. Perhaps they made you smile, helped you to see something differently, or reminded you of something important. Now imagine this, you have that same power. You always had it, because every time you share your perspective, you're giving someone the chance to think, to grow, to connect. And isn't it fascinating to realize you have something worth saying, not just once in a while, but every single time you speak. Every idea you share feels more natural and meaningful. And as you continue speaking, you'll notice how others value your words more and more. Picture this. You're standing in a circle, surrounded by people. You begin to speak, and something incredible happens. They listen, not just out of politeness, but because your words resonate. You see, being heard is something you've always deserved. Your thoughts, your feelings, your voice, it all matters. And the more you express yourself, the more others recognize just how much you have to offer. You naturally draw attention when you speak, because what you say is worth hearing. It feels good to be heard, and that feeling grows every time you share. And as you think about how these beliefs fit into your life, you might start to remember a time when you felt truly appreciated, and notice how that feeling begins to expand. And as it expands, it's easier to imagine sharing something important and seeing how others respond. And the more you think about these moments, the more you recognize you've always had this ability to captivate, to connect, to contribute. And when you realize this truth, you can let it settle deeply into who you are, because it's simply a part of you. And as you take a deep breath in, feel your hand resting gently on your chest, or wherever feels natural. Let this be a signal to yourself, a reminder that you're worthy, that you are interesting, that you have something worth saying. And each time you feel this anchor, those truths become even more real. Imagine yourself a week from now, walking into a conversation, feeling calm and confident. The words come naturally, and you notice how others are drawn to what you have to say. Now imagine that happening again and again, and every time it happens, it feels more familiar, more effortless. Because this is who you are now. Someone who's interesting, expressive, and always worthy of being heard. Think of a moment in your life when you were completely engrossed in something that you loved. Perhaps it was a conversation, a story you told, a passion that you pursued. As you remember that moment, notice the spark of interest that you felt. That spark is what others feel when they're with you. Because your unique perspective, your journey, your ideas, it draws people in. It's funny, isn't it? How you're starting to realize that you're interesting. Not because you try to be, but because you already are. And every time you speak about what excites you, other people lean in, captivated by your words, because you naturally hold their attention. Picture someone smiling as you share something. Notice the warmth in their eyes, the way they lean forward slightly, completely engaged. Now turn up the brightness of that image. Make their smiles bigger, and feel the energy of that moment growing inside you. Every person has a story, and every story has a meaning. Your story, your thoughts, ideas, and feelings has shaped who you are. Imagine sharing that story, just a sentence or two, and watching someone's face light up, because they need to hear it. Isn't it fascinating to realize how much your voice can matter, not just to you, but to others? Your thoughts, they're meaningful, and the more you share, the more you see their impact. You've always had something worth saying, and the right people are ready to hear it. As you touch your hand to your chest, let this truth settle in. Every thought that you share carries weight, importance, and value. And each time you anchor this, the feeling of worth grows stronger. Picture a time when you spoke and someone truly listened. Maybe they nodded, asked questions, or gave you their full attention. That feeling of being heard, it's not something you have to earn. It's your right, because your voice matters. The more you speak, the more others see the value of what you're sharing. You deserve to be heard always. You've always been someone who deserves to be heard, and the world is ready to listen. Your voice matters. The more you share, the more others listen with respect and admiration. Now hear the sound of your voice, clear, strong, resonant. Imagine it filling the room, reaching ears that are eager to listen. And feel the vibrations in your chest, grounding you into the truth that you're worthy of every ear, every heart, every mind. There's a tree in a quiet forest. For years it grew, its roots sinking deep into the earth, drawing strength and nourishment from the soil. Its branches stretched towards the sky, bearing leaves that danced in the wind. And one day someone walked by and paused beneath its shade, marveling at its beauty, its presence. You are like that tree, strong, rooted, and always growing, and every time you speak, it's as though you're sharing the gifts of that tree: shade, oxygen, life. People stop to notice, to listen, to appreciate, because your presence, your words, they're gifts to the world. Every time you see your reflection, you feel a sense of curiosity about yourself, as though you're rediscovering just how fascinating you are. When you hear your own voice, you'll remember the truth. I'm interesting, I've something worth saying, and I deserve to be heard. And each time you notice this, the feeling grows stronger. The more you speak, the more confidence you feel, the more confidence you feel, the more naturally you speak. And it all happens effortlessly, like the turning of the seasons. Now imagine yourself tomorrow entering a conversation. You're calm, confident, and present. The words come easily, and you notice how others are drawn to you. Then picture yourself a week from now, sharing an idea and watching someone's face light up. See how these moments, they begin to multiply, each one building on the last. And as you embrace the truth that you're interesting, valuable, and worthy of being heard, this is your future unfolding effortlessly. And as you take another deep breath, slowly bring your awareness back to the room. Notice how your body feels, perhaps lighter, stronger, or filled with a quiet confidence. And as you open your eyes, you carry this truth with you. I'm interesting. I've something worth saying. I deserve to be heard. And these truths, they'll only grow stronger day by day.